Hello and thank you for joining me. It's sad but true, things go wrong between people, and part of DY3 Solutions' work profile has been delivering workplace mediations. So we're going to use this opportunity to show you some of our ideas and some of the background thinking that informs them and hopefully helps us to reach a resolution. And look, I'm guessing there's not going to be too many surprises here, but it's worth taking a look at. Things have been going off track for a while. Maybe it's reached a point where we're all thinking, if this had only been nipped in the bud, we wouldn't be here now. Yeah, I get that. And very often the parties that are in dispute, they've got along okay. Sometimes acquaintances, plus, they've been good mates, they've got along, maybe socialised with each other out of work. There have been attempts to fix things. But what's going on now is affecting work, it's affecting the business, and it's also affecting the morale and the enjoyment of the workplace for colleagues. There's a lot of background noise, and sometimes this translates itself into foreground noise. We can move on quite quickly to a truly toxic workplace environment where people are encouraged to almost by default to pick sides. If you're not with me, you're a gimme, and so on. It makes it really hard for managers and for others to focus on the business case when we have this major distraction happening. And because of this, we strongly believe that things just cannot stay as they are. That will involve meeting with the mediator and going through individual perspectives. They're hugely important. What's led us to feel this way? What are the emotions involved? What are the thoughts and feelings? And can we maybe replace some of the negativity and hostility with some ideas about hope and possibility? So, how do we strike a balance between the past that's led to this and a more hopeful future? It's difficult because we can be easily ensnared in over-focusing on a past. At the same time, we don't want to be seen to be disregarding it either. The actions that have led us here, are we informed by them or are we imprisoned by them? How can we articulate what can be, what is possible, against what is holding us captive, the what was? How do we acknowledge that the other person has feelings too, without it meaning to us that, we're giving in? And can we reach a point where shared interests are more powerful than positions we hold? We have some approaches that inform our work, and generally it's a blend of appreciative inquiry, a positive psychology, and a solution-focused approach. Now, these are underpinned by some materials that we use, but the goal is that we want to put parties into a better place, a better frame of mind, so that they're able to generate some potentially positive solutions to move the impasse, to move things forward. I need to be very clear here that communication is the oil that makes the wheels of life go round, and it cannot be communication that is fixed only to work-based practices, policies and procedures. There has to be those trust-building conversations where we do talk about the weather, we do talk about what's hot and cold in our life, we do talk about our personal and professional calms and storms, and we should be able to do that without feeling that this is going to be something that's used to entrap us. If we're doing that, it informs our views of the other person and our readiness to move things forward. It's important that we understand that things don't always go to plan, and that some flexibility, some give and take is absolutely essential in delivering a successful mediation, because once we've left the room, it's actually down to the disputants to work on this and deliver it and to honour the commitments they've made. And we're very clear about this, there will be challenges. And we do need to be clear here that our approach, although aspirational, and it has to be, equally it needs to be pragmatic. So we've got some idea about what fixed enough looks and sounds like for each party. The positives we bring, how are we going to use them? What words are we going to use to describe how we're going to get on in a framework that we can all say, yeah, that works for me. And very important, as a mediator, I feel it's critical that we allow sometimes some space just to let a bit of air get through the process. So we're not rushing it, we're giving people time to consider, to think about their feelings, to think about how they want to carry it forward. Because even though we can be the context for things to perhaps improve, the responsibility to do that lies with the disputants. They have to have the will, the commitment to carry it forward. And here we are. We started by suggesting that we use some pathways to achieve mediations. We gave some background about what can happen that brings people to requiring a mediated solution, and then had a little bit of a talk about the importance maybe of letting go of the past and setting an aspirational but nonetheless achievable future, and the importance of communication in terms of small talk, workplace politeness, and how important that is into building good operational trust. So if you are at all interested in any of the ideas we've expressed here, or if you think that you'd like to have a chat with me about it, here are the contact details. Please feel free. It would be great to hear from you. Thank you. Bye bye now.